Hello friends, welcome back. Hearty welcome to you. In the last session we have seen trigonometric ratios and the relationship between them. In this session we will see trigonometric ratios of specific angles. What are the angles we are talking about? We are talking about 0 degrees, 30 degrees, 45 degrees, 60 degrees and 90 degrees. That means we are interested in finding out what is sine 30 degrees or cos 45 degrees or tan 60 degrees. How to find out those values? For that, first we know that if you want to know sine, I should know the ratio of opposite and hypotenuse. Similarly for cos, I need to know the ratio of adjacent and hypotenuse side. Tangent, it is opposite adjacent. That means I need to have triangles where I have the angles as this 30 or 45 or 60 and I know the ratio of their sides. Let us start with 45 degrees because that is very easy. Now I have a right angle triangle and in which one angle is we know that 90 degrees. Then one angle we want it to be 45 degrees. Other angle also will be 45 degrees because angle sum property, they should add up to 180 degrees. Now you can also see that this triangle, whatever we have here, this is also an isosceles triangle. So it is an isosceles right angle triangle. And you know that in isosceles triangle, the sides are equal. That means if I take this as x and x, by Pythagoras theorem, we can say that this is equals to root 2 into x. Now we can easily find out what is sine 45, cos 45 and tan 45 because sine 45, suppose you want, sine 45 we want, I can take from anywhere. Let us say I am looking from here, opposite, this is my opposite and this is my adjacent and the hypotenuse is here. So sine 45, SOHCAHTOA opposite by hypotenuse, that is nothing but x divided by root 2x, x and x will cancel, you get 1 by root 2. Similarly, when you do cos 45 is adjacent by hypotenuse, adjacent is here x again and the hypotenuse is root 2x. So when you simplify that, again you get 1 by root 2. Let us say we want to find out tan 45. Tan 45 will be opposite by adjacent. So here our opposite is x and adjacent is also x. X by x equals to 1. So we can easily find out 45 degrees. That is fine. We completed 45 degrees. We understood trigonometric ratios of 45 degrees. That means sine 45, cos 45, tan 45, cosecant, secant, cot, whatever it is, we can easily find out. Cosecant will come if you take reciprocal of this, secant will come if you take reciprocal of this, and cot will come if you take the reciprocal of this. That is how we can find out the 45 degrees. Okay, now let's go to the next one, which is interesting. That is, we are interested in 30 degrees and 60 degrees. We are interested in 30 degrees and 60 degrees. So let us take a right angle triangle. The triangle exactly may not come properly, but you just imagine that. Let us say this is 30 degrees and this is 90 degrees we have taken. So then this angle should be 60 degrees. Then only we have angle sum property adding up to 180 degrees. Now we don't know the ratio of these sides, right? So what we will do? We'll try to extend this and make it an equilateral triangle. So what I will do, I'll just extend it in this way. The figure may not look exactly correct, but the idea is that if I replicate it again on the other side, I have a equilateral triangle. You can see now I have an equilateral triangle because this angle is 60 degrees, this angle is 60 degrees and this angle is also 60 degrees. And we know in equilateral triangle all the sides are equal. That means this is x and this is x. Now if you are able to do, since we have just basically these two figures are symmetric to each other, actually they are congruent to each other. So we can easily say that these two sides should be equal. So x is divided into two parts. One is x by 2, another is also x by 2. Now very clearly we know that two sides of this triangle, This triangle, if I take the triangle, whatever I have here, 30, 60, 90, only this triangle I am talking about. I can take this as 30 degrees. I can say that this is 60 degrees. In that scenario, I have this side is x by 2 and this information I don't know, but I know that this is x. And by Pythagoras theorem, I can find out that this is equals to root 3x by 2. Now once we are able to get this information, now it is very easy to find out sin 30 or cos 60, whatever we want, because we can apply Sokatova and we can easily get it. Understand? Let me just recap that again. What we have done, we want to know trigonometric ratios of 30 and 60. So we have taken a triangle 30, 90, 60. But unfortunately, we don't know the ratio of their sides. So what we have done, we have replicated it and we have just added another triangle. We just flipped it and added it so that we get an equilateral triangle. And we know in equilateral triangle, all the sides are equal and the base is divided into two equal parts because these are symmetric figures, x by 2 and x by 2. So we have 30, 60, 90 triangle in which we have hypotenuse is x, opposite side is from 30, if you look at opposite side is x by 2, adjacent side is root 3x by 2. Now you can easily find out what is sin 30, what is cos 60, all of them. Let us write down what is sin 30. Suppose I want sin 30. Sin 30 will be coming from my 30, opposite side will be x by 2. I haven't given any name, you can take any name for this. Opposite side divided by hypotenuse. What is our hypotenuse? X. So x by 2x it will be, and x will cancel out. You get 1 by 2. So sin 30 equals to 1 by 2 we are able to get. Similarly, we can find out what is cos 30. So cos 30 will be from 30 degrees, our adjacent side is root 3x by 2. Because what is cos formula? Cos is adjacent by hypotenuse. So I am looking from here. My adjacent is root 3x by 2 and the hypotenuse is x. When you cancel it, you get root 3x by 2x. X and x will cancel. You get root 3 by 2. Now like this we can find out for 60 degrees also. Suppose let us say you are looking from here. This is your 60 degrees. Now you want to know what is sin 60 degrees. Sin is opposite by hypotenuse. So I am looking from here. My opposite will be BC and hypotenuse is x. So I can write down root 3x by 2 divided by x, which is equals to root 3x divided by 2x. We can cancel x and we can say that is root 3 by 2. Similarly, you can check that cos 60 will be 1 by 2 and the tan 60 will be root 3. Now that is how basically we can find out the 30 degrees, 45 degrees and 60 degrees. Now what about the 0 degrees and 90 degrees? Let's understand that also. Then we will get the table in place so that when you solve the problems, you remember the table, then it will be very easy for you. Let us talk about now 0 degrees and 90 degrees. So basically, let us say that we have, this is 90 degrees and this angle is almost equal to 0 degrees. That means this angle is almost equal to 90 degrees. This angle is almost equal to 90 degrees. Now, when you look at sin 0, what will be sin 0 degrees? Opposite divided by hypotenuse. That is what we know. Sokatova, opposite. When you have this angle is 90 degrees and this is becoming 0, then your opposite side is almost equal to 0. Let us say that this is like 0 degrees, 0 minutes and 1 second, or maybe like 0.001 second, something like that. At that time you see that the opposite side becomes 0. So 0 divided by whatever it is. Let us say this is ABC. So you have BC, actually BC by AC, that is BC is 0. 0 divided by AC, anything 0 divided by anything is 0. So sin 0 is 0. Now what about cos? Let us see. Cos 0, if you are talking about, when this angle is almost becoming 0 degrees, then your adjacent and your hypotenuse, both of them will become same. So in that scenario, cos 0 degrees will be nothing but AB divided by AC, But when this is becoming 0, AB and AC, both of them will be equal. So it will be something like AB by AB or AC by AC. So they both are equal. It will become 1. So we understood that sine 0 equals to 0 and cos 0 is 1. Then what will be tan 0? Tan 0 will be sine 0 by cos 0. 0 by 1 is 0 only. Now let us see about 90 degrees. What about 90 degrees? 90 degrees we are talking about looking from here. Let us say I am looking from here, sine 90 degrees. If I am looking from here, my opposite side is this and this is my hypotenuse. So I have AB divided by AC. And we said that when this is 0 degrees and this is 90 degrees, both AB and AC will be equal. So sine 90 degrees is equal to 1. Similarly, what is cos 90 degrees? Cos 90 degrees means adjacent by hypotenuse. When I look at 90 degrees, what is my adjacent side? My adjacent side is this, which is almost equal to 0. Adjacent side is equals to 0 and the hypotenuse is AC. So that is nothing but 0 by AC, which is equals to 0. So there is a less chance that they may ask these derivations, how you got it geometrically. But if you understand it, then when you solve the problems, it will be easy for you. So let's get the whole table in place now. Once we understood these values, let's write down. We have sine, first we'll write down angles. We have 0 degrees, then we have 30 degrees, then we have 45 degrees, then we have 60 degrees, then we have 90 degrees. And here we have our trigonometric ratios. We have sine, we have cos, we have tan, then we have cosecant, then we have secant, and then we have cot. So first I'll give you the table, then I'll give you also a shortcut how to remember that, which is generally discussed in most of the textbooks. So sine 0 we understood that is 0, sine 30 is 1 by 2, sine 45 is 1 by root 2, sine 60 is root 3 by 2, sine 90 equals to 1. Now when you go to cos, you just reverse them because sine 0 is nothing but cos 90. So and sine 90 is nothing but cos 0. So you will get 1 here, then you will have root 3 by 2, then you have 1 by root 2, then you have 1 by 2, and then you have 0. When you go to tan, tan is nothing but sine by cos, or you also know that tan 0 is 0. Tan 30 degrees is sine 30 divided by cos 30, 1 by root 3. Tan 45 is 1, tan 60 is root 3. Tan 90 degrees is 1 by 0, which is not defined. Now let's go to cosecant. What is cosecant? Cosecant is reciprocal of sine only. So cosecant, secant, cot. Cosecant is nothing but 1 by 0. 1 by 0 is not defined. What is cosecant 30? That will be 2. What is cosecant 45? Root 2. What is cosecant 60? 2 by root 3. And what is cosecant 90? That is nothing but 1 by 1, which is equals to 1. Now let's go to secant. What is secant 0? That is 1 by cos 0. That is nothing but 1. And we have, then the next one will be 2 by root 3. Then we have root 2. Then we have 2. And then we have not defined. Finally, we have cot. Cot is coming from reverse of tan. So basically 1 by 0 is not defined. Cos 0 by sine 0, 1 by 0, which is not defined. Root 3 by 2 by 1 by 2, that will be root 3. Then we have cot 45 degrees, which is equals to 1. And then we have cot 60, which is 1 by root 3. And then we have cot 90, that is cos 90 divided by sine 90. That is nothing but 0. So this is your trigonometric ratios of, this is the table you have to remember. This is the table you have to remember so that you can solve the questions related to trigonometric ratios of specific angles. Now what is the shortcut to remember this? Let me just write down that. The shortcut to remember them is, for the first one, it is square root of 0 by 4. Not sure whether this color is visible or not. Let me take. This is square root of 0 by 4. This is square root of 1 by 4. And this is square root of 2 by 4. Then this is square root of 3 by 4. And this is square root of 4 by 4. These values we are giving for the first row. Once you got the first row, you write them in the reverse. You get the second row. You divide sine by cos, you will be getting tan. Then remaining 3 automatically will come because sine reciprocal, cos reciprocal, tan reciprocal. What is that? Sine 0 is square root of under root of 0 by 4, under root 1 by 4, under root 2 by 4, under root 3 by 4 and under root 4 by 4. That will give us the first row. That is nothing but 0, 1 by 2, 1 by root 2, root 3 by 2 and 1. If you want cos, just reverse, write them in the reverse. Then tan is nothing but sine by cos. Then you have cosecant, secant and cot. Now let's go to and try to solve some simple problems based on this. So this trigonometric table, you should remember them so that you can solve the problems. Let's look at our first question. The first question says that we have sine square 30 plus 4 cot square 45 minus secant square 60 multiply with cosecant square 45 and secant square 30. What is sine square 30? Sine square 30 is 1 by 2 whole square because sine 30 is 1 by 2 plus 4 into cot square 45. Cot 45 is 1, so 4 into 1 square minus secant square 30. What is cos 60? 1 by 2. Secant 60 is 2. So secant square 60 is 2 square. Multiply that with cosecant square 45. What is sine 45? 1 by root 2. What is cosecant 45? Reverse of that. That is nothing but root 2 whole square. And that you multiply with secant square 30. What is cos 30? Root 3 by 2. Secant 30 is 2 by root 3. So this will be secant square 30, 2 by root 3 whole square. Now let us simplify this. So we have 1 by 4 plus 4 minus 4 and that we multiply with root 2 whole square, that is 2, into 2 by root 3 whole square, that is nothing but 4 by 3. So this becomes 4. We have 1 by 4 into 2 into 4 by 3. 4 and 4 will cancel, you get 2 by 3. Let us do another problem. Let us say we have a triangle ABC in which we have been given that this angle equals to 30 degrees. We need to calculate what is AB and BC. Now we know this angle is 30 degrees. So that means I can just write down how this 30 degrees sine 30 will be 1 by 2. So I can say this is k, this is 2k and this is root 3k. That is what I know because sine 30 is 1 by 2 and cos 30 is root 3 by 2. And so which information we want? We want AB and we want BC. We know the hypotenuse. So we can just go ahead and write down what is sine 30. First we will do that. We'll say sine 30 equals to 1 by 2. We know that sine 30 is 1 by 2. But basically from here what is sine 30? Opposite by hypotenuse. That is nothing but BC divided by AC. So 1 by 2 equals to BC divided by AC. AC is given to us as 20. So when you simplify that, you get cross multiply. 2BC equals to 20 and BC equals to 10. So once we got BC equals to 10, you can find out AB by Pythagoras theorem, or you can just go ahead with tan 30. We can do tan 30 or we can do cos 30. We can easily find out. Let us see that. Suppose I say cos 30, then I will write down cos 30. Cos 30 is root 3 by 2. And that is equals to here AB divided by AC. Root 3 by 2 equals to AB divided by AC, which is equals to 20. So I can say that 2AB equals to 20 into root 3, or AB equals to 10 root 3. That means value of AB equals to 10 root 3. So AB is 10 root 3 and BC equals to 10. These type of questions also they can ask. Let us do one more problem, which is important. This type of questions are generally asked in exam. They can change the trigonometric ratio from cos to tan or sin to cos, but the concept is the same. So cos of a plus b is given as 1 by 2 and sin of a minus b is given as 1 by root 2. And we know that a and b are in first quadrant. A plus b is also there in first quadrant only, between 0 to 90 degrees. Then what is the values of a and b? First, let's understand this. Cos of a plus b is 1 by 2. Cos 1 by 2. Cos is which angle is giving us 1 by 2? 60 degrees. So I can write down cos of a plus b equals to cos 60 degrees. That means a plus b equals to 60 degrees. So this is our first equation. Now let's go to the next one. In the next one, we have sin of a minus b is 1 by root 2. Sin of a minus b is equals to 1 by root 2. Sin which angle is giving us 1 by root 2? That is 45 degrees. So we can write down sin of 45 degrees. That means a minus b is equals to 45 degrees. So this is our second equation. Now we have one equation, a plus b is 60, a minus b is 45 degrees. You can use elimination method. You can just write them one below the other. A minus b equals to 45 degrees. This is our equation number 2. Just add them. You get b cancelled. You get 2a equals to 105. From that you understand a equals to 52.5 or 52 1 by 2 degrees. If a equals to that, then what will be b? For that we can use any one of the equation. Either a plus b is 60 degrees or a minus b is 45 degrees. Let us use this one. 52 1 by 2 degrees minus b equals to 45 degrees. That means b equals to 52 1 by 2 degrees minus 45 degrees, that is 7 1 by 2 degrees. So a equals to 52 1 by 2 degrees and b equals to 7 1 by 2 degrees. You add them, you get 60 degrees. You subtract them, you get 45. So these type of questions also can be asked. Specifically this topic, you may get it for 2 marks, or in MCQs you may get this. Next session, what we are going to do is the most important of the trigonometry. That is where we will do at least 2 to 3 sessions we will do. That is trigonometric identities. So what are those trigonometric identities? And all those proof problems where we have to prove that LHS is equals to RHSR. So those type of problems we will be spending more time and we will be solving some. So today we have discussed about trigonometric ratios of specific angles. Let's have a recap of that, what we have done. Let us see. So we understood how to find out the values of 0, 30, 45, 60, 90 degrees for different trigonometric ratios. Then after that we solved some simple problems using the specific angles, whatever we learned. So in the next session we'll see trigonometric identities and the problems related to that. Thanks for your time and support. Bye for now.